Okay, we're live. Sorry, it's been a while, everyone. The wife, the kids, the damn Dodge. Anyways, we're live. This is me. I'm OJ. We're going to be talking about Tony Chase, whatnot. Let's get right into it.
Listening to Rag and Bones song, and I was watching the movie, and the satellite man started choking the cat, man.
Satellite man.
These fucking people are up 24 hours a day. They have people working around the clock, torturing me, following me around, harassing me, terrorizing my emotions about them hurting my cat.
And that should be, and it is illegal. You can't terrorize people, especially the cat. All right, let's leave the cat out of it.
These people trying to play their fucking games, and these people are paid by the American government.
All right.
Maybe England or France or Italy's treasury or Russia's treasury should come over and investigate
over here.
Who these people are and who's paying them to do these things. It is treason. Any accusation that they make up on me, they must get prosecuted for.
They must. It's not even non-negotiable.
Alexa, what time is it?
So I like how we always ask Alexa. Now, if I was Tony, that's the last thing I would last device I would trust is Alexa. You can't trust devices like that. Yeah, so that's something that Tony, if he would ever answer his phone, I'd be able to communicate with him.
50 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date?
Okay.
Today is Sunday, November 9th.
Like I said, this is not going to be a long live. I got some stuff going on with the kids later. Stuff like that. So don't question me about that. Tony Chase, he's a good guy. He says, people should leave him alone.
And how you guys doing? And in reference to fan clubs of mine, in reference to and the fan clubs of my parents, the government people that mess with that, and there's some Wi-Fi man that's
morning, Brian. How you doing?
Something making a beep. Sometimes it stops, and then it beeps again. I have to unplug it and then plug it in when I use it.
What's he talking about, brother? That's usually what you do is you unplug something, it works good.
Oh, and you know what? Somebody had put something in my laundry detergent, or they put something in the water, which has caused problems for my clothing.
I hate when that happens.
See this?
Oh, I've been busy.
It's tearing up my clothes. So you have to check to see if somebody was in my house and if they put something in the Cheer laundry detergent. I'm using a different laundry detergent now, but it was fucking tearing up my clothes. You guys see the pictures of the lint catch in my dryer?
Pause this, bro.
Or they were sat.
I stick with Tide, original green Palmolive. The old ways are the best ways. That's what they had back in the 50s, and that's what I still use, brothers. Let's get back to Tony. By the way, that mask really scares me in the background.
Satellite in the clothes in the dryer, and they were burning them up with satellite or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
because,
that's
thin clothes, like towels. I've had those towels for years, and they're clean towels. But when I bought the Cheer laundry detergent, either somebody put something in the laundry detergent, or somebody was messing with the water system or something. They had that water system thing going on in the neighborhood. And it was tearing up my clothes. It tore up clothes. And there should be a lawsuit against somebody.
Yeah, I would use the Tide, brother.
I need some money for my clothing.
Thanks.
But it made things thin real quick. Like gobs and gobs of lint. It's like, what the hell is going on? But my clothes and towels got real thin for some odd reason. But it's when they had the city was doing the water system thing or something.
You can't trust the city.
Where it was tearing them up. But,
nope.
It was either in the Cheer laundry detergent or something.
Yeah, like I said, the Tide, brother.
Need some compensation for that.
Get what you pay for,
I'm a
brother.
From Aphrodite of America, too.
And like I said, I'm sorry I haven't been on lately.
Other countries.
I'm kids.
So, in reference to the government people on the history,
some good kids,
whatever these people are trying to do, it's a violation of my rights. And these people murdered my parents. These bad government people murdered my parents. There's the highest ranking restraining orders against these people, and they're still violating things.
I use Tide with the, what's it called? Forgot. It's a Blue Label. Forgot what it's called. But in any event, yes, stay away from the cheer, brother.
And this government man that had grabbed me and damaged my teeth,
we know
you need that man in court.
We know that.
Want to know why you think you had a right doing this? What race are you, a German? I'm Jewish and Catholic. You know you have no right touching me. You have no right messing up my teeth or face. I'm not your race.
I'm not sure how he's Jewish and Catholic, but okay.
The race and religion that I am is documented, and it is supposed to be publicly known for my safety, so other people don't think that they can try to play tricks on me.
You guys think?
Or be trying to manipulate my looks or my anatomy or trying to make me look like
this. He went too far, touching his teeth and burning his teeth, and it's just too far. There's over the line, and then there's way above over the line. He just went too far.
Their race or their religion. These government people that are playing these tricks.
Not in this country.
You need to mess with people of your own race, government man.
Don't forget,
you need to look at your own race and mess with their faces. You have no right messing with mine. You're going to get charged with racism every time, and you can get the death penalty for what you've done. You have no legal right messing up my looks or my anatomy or my life because of something you got in your thoughts.
That's right.
I have nothing to do with you, and you're violating restraining orders, dirty satellite man, government man.
How could you do that? How could you do that in good faith?
You have no right at all.
What right do you have?
You made up all these fabrications in your brain, claiming you thought I was the problem for you. When my parents had their own production companies, directors and writers and producers have known me, and cinematographers have known me for a long time. And fashion photographers, somebody wanted me to mention that. Fashion photographers, too, have known me. Modeling agencies have known me.
And lie about it.
Newspaper editors and newspaper authors have known me for a long time. Book publishers have known me a long time. You don't have a right terrorizing my life. And people on Wall Street have known me a long time.
Like I said, this is not going to be...
You have no legal right doing these things. I don't owe you nothing. I'm not your friend. You're not a friend of my friends.
And
people need to file restraining orders against you.
But we got to talk about Tony. I told her this is not...
You have no right trespassing into my life. You have no right slandering my character.
Right.
You have no right physically assaulting me. You may not like me. Go ahead and say that on the internet. Say what you don't like.
I know.
You might get sued if you're making up shit. But I believe in freedom of speech. But your freedom of speech is not you accusing me of crimes that I didn't do. I've never been a criminal. But you tried to make up lies. And my parents had their own production companies, and I was in movies and TV shows of my parents' productions, which is my legal right.
That's right.
Me being in movies or me directing or working in cinematography, you're blocking me from doing that.
Don't mess with Tony.
On my own mother and father's productions.
Wrong day for that.
Who are you, government man? Who are you? My parents had budgets for movies and TV shows. Who are you? You're not part of the budget, government man. You don't have a right.
We'll get back to Tony. Let's see if what Cassandra's doing. Am I right? Let's see. How do I do this again? Stand by, guys. Wait, that's not right. Wrong button. One sec. There we go. Okay.
Hello and welcome to today's Cast and Fly. My name is Cassandra Vaynerchuk.
Okay.
I'm coming to you from southeast Georgia, where Hurricane Laura is already starting to pick up winds.
All right.
Rain is here, and I'm about to lose part of my fence. So I know that this is going to be a bad storm.
This is serious. Okay.
What are we talking about today?
Okay.
That's the question. What are we talking about today?
That is the
question. We produced a heavy piece of content today. This morning on Wednesday, the manifesto, which is actually pretty close to where I really started getting into creation of content with social media. The journey began prior to that.
Okay.
However, the rapid increase of production and the attachment to not caring what people think came from experiencing this manifesto. All free information given to me and to you by Gary Vaynerchuk.
Okay, what are we talking about there?
All free information given to me and to you by Gary Vaynerchuk.
What about him? What about him?
This journey of online experience for me began over 6 years of stories. And I had already gone viral on a couple of videos on TikTok. And I just felt really strange. It didn't feel normal. I knew something in my life was off. I just didn't really know what it was.
Yeah.
I had graduated from my
I don't know. She's not getting to the point, guys. What do you mean? So, I don't know what to say about that. So, I don't know about that. I think I'd really listen to Tony. Yeah. Let's go back to Tony. Okay. Sorry, I forgot how to do this. Hey, Ghost. How you doing, brother? Talking about Tony Chase. We're going to be getting one of his videos back on as soon as I remember how to do it. There we go. Share screen.
Right, trying to steal my rights and my life or my freedom or my looks or my body. See, don't you understand? Anything you're doing to a person's body is your activity of trying to shorten their lifespan.
Right.
My parents got murdered. My parents had very long lifespans. They were both female hermaphrodites. You don't seem to understand that, do you? You can get charged for trying to shorten another person's lifespan by physically assaulting their organs or assaulting their body or damaging their faces and teeth, trying to damage their identity. Like you're trying to make somebody look unrecognizable. Meaning like you tried to make somebody look where a person had to take a double look and be like, okay, is that really you? Or is this person that person? You know, I don't know. What's wrong with this? You don't look the same as you used to. Or is this a... You don't have a right doing that to people, government man. That's why they have makeup and movies and special effects.
How can they do
that?
You
don't have a right messing up people's faces and teeth because you don't like them. Because you're trying to create a career for yourself by stealing from other people's facial features or body features.
Flavored stuff.
It's illegal.
You have the black cherry.
You are what you are. You don't have a right stealing from my body.
Water.
Your physical body is what it is.
Hey, I'm gonna try.
You don't have a right stealing from my physical anatomy.
Get some stuff like that. It's early yet.
You don't have a right stealing my postal mail. You don't have a right blocking me from my friends. I'm not blocking you from your friends. What made you think you had any right blocking me from my?
Yeah, sorry, I don't. It's been a long time since I streamed. The wife wanted me to spend time with her the past few months. The kids, I got to work on my son's car later, but I'm doing my laundry right now, and I'm just happy you guys are here right now. Let's see what else Tony's saying.
My friends.
Oh yeah, you're asking about AC. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go. It's early yet, but I know you can't wait till the last minute to get tickets. So, maybe next week I'll get some tickets. Let me know if anyone in the chat's going.
What made you think you had any right blocking me from being in movies that directors wanted me to be in? Or modeling shows that the fashion industry wanted me to be in? Who are you? Who are you? You think you're a dictator? You don't own nothing that you're trying to control. You don't own my mother and father's production companies. You don't own the TV stations or radio stations or the newspapers. And they're all protected by dynasty laws.
That's right, brother.
Which nothing could be sold. Nothing could be given away. They're messing with my mouth.
Right. Like I said, this isn't going to be too long because the wife, I could hear her pacing back and forth. She wants me doing, cleaning the shed. And I got to work on the damn Dodge later and whatnot.
I'm the owner forever. Never signed, never gave, never sold, not ever going to either. And the people that made false claims trying to steal my Ballet Pizza Company or my Ballet Fish Company or Ballet Corn Chips or any of my companies, those people have to be ordered into court. I don't understand how you people can just make this shit up.
Right.
You're spying on me, copying things that I made. You tried to copy my inventions. You stole the monies. You stole the monies that the companies tried to send to me. And country.
Good idea. Getting them to Shelby. We both have 70s Dodges right now. They're all both carbureted, and usually have to push them from work and school to the driveway, brother. But we should upgrade something at least fuel injected. But the damn wife, she keeps spending the money buying her dresses and stuff like that, brother. So it's hard to really save up money for a car right now. So that's a fact.
That want to do business with my products. Who are you? Better quit making my mouth sound funny. Trying to make somebody move their tongue around. That's physical assault. That's physical assault. It's a lawsuit every single fucking time.
That's right.
And you've been doing this shit to me for over 30 years.
The Dodge has about 100 horsepower, so it's underpowered. These Dodges were both built in the 1970s when they were just coming out with the new CAFE, the new corporate average fuel economy, and where they had to put the catalytic converters on and the smog pumps, and they don't run really good, so that's a fact, Jack.
And I had injuries when I was little. Our fucking government man was trying to violate my freedom of speech and my mother and father's freedom of speech. Those documents need to be submitted to the courts and publicly published. In reference to the government trying to restrict my parents from talking about what the fuck the government was doing to them. I'm not going to tolerate.
I agree. 30 years. Satellite man's at his worst. I agree. The other OJ, brother. That's a fact. How do we get back to their screen?
Tolerate your shit, man. You can get the death penalty for violating my rights of freedom of speech.
Brother. That's right.
And you can get the death penalty for violating my body and trying to make me look warped or damaged or making up alcoholism or making up drugs on me. You can die.
How can you do that?
They can put you to death for making up lies on me.
That's right. You don't lie to Tony Chase. How can you do that in this country and feel good about that?
I'm not going to play your shit. Not at all. Even though, drinking's legal. I don't drink, but drinking's legal. And there's a system of understanding. Like there's a point of information. Like say, for instance, this is just for other people to understand. Right. That if somebody drinks, there's a guideline of what makes a person a drunkard, or a joke name, or a wino, or all those types of jokes that people say. Like I think a person is legally allowed to drink. Well, I mean, they're allowed to drink, of course. Alcohol is legal, but you're not supposed to drive. But in reference to, and you're not supposed to operate heavy equipment either. But in reference to people that drink, there's a system of guidelines of when a person drinks too much, where it becomes a concern for their own health. Like for instance, a person could binge drink and without being a drunk, you know what I mean? But people always overemphasize and people exaggerate. This is just for people that drink, just a general acknowledgement of things. Like there's some people that drink.
I agree with Tony. If you drink responsible. Don't drink and drive.
Drink a couple glasses of wine a day, or there's some people that drink, 4 or 5 times a week or something. Depends on what you drink, how strong or what the alcohol is. The alcohol is that you drink. This is just for general purposes. Do not drink and drive, and do not control heavy equipment if you're drinking. This is basic points of information for people in general.
Right.
But in reference to these critics, these people trying to murder people or trying to murder industries and trying to murder customers of beverages or products, that's illegal. So in reference to, like, say, for instance, a person might drink a certain amount. There is a system of guidelines which a person could drink probably 4 times.
It's good stuff, everyone. Let's listen to Tony Chase.
A week without being called an alcoholic.
Right.
I don't drink at all, but I'm just saying this in general. Like, for instance, they're just like cigarettes.
Right.
Like a person can smoke cigarettes, like there's like a system. Like if a person smoked 2.5 packs of cigarettes a day, they wouldn't have any health problems or something.
Right.
But if a person smoked 5 packs of cigarettes a day, there might be smoke inhalation. If you smoked 5 packs of cigarettes a day. That's just a general point. But then there might not be. It depends on the type of cigarette. So in reference to people making up health problems on people, or people making up lies on people, like if somebody smoked 1 or 2 packs of cigarettes a day, it wouldn't cause them any health problems. Like there's certain guidelines of things that, like alcohol. Like if you drink a certain alcohol, you could drink, like if you drink wine, you could drink wine pretty much every day. You know, it's grapes and stuff like that. And, you know, wouldn't be too potent for a person's body. You know, if they drink like 1 or 2 glasses of wine a day, or, you know, you don't want to do that really because you probably have to drive sometime in between there.
True.
But there is a system of where they've done alcohol tests, cigarette tests.
Right.
If a person
2.5 packs isn't bad. You know, if you got to smoke, that's about where you want to be, mid-level. I agree though. I agree with the other OJ.
Smokes 1 pack or 2 packs a day or 3 packs a day, it would never hurt their anatomy. But if a person smoked 5 or 6 or 7 packs a day, which is probably impossible.
No, I've heard about it. Was that Jackie Gleason used to smoke 5 packs a day? He lived about 70, didn't he?
Might cause a little smoke inhalation, but it might not. Just depends on the type of cigarette. So if you didn't know, there is a medical system of which is guidelines. Like if a person smoked a couple packs of cigarettes a day, it would not harm them, where it would not become a concern for anybody to say a fucking thing to them. You know what I mean?
In the 50s, they gave you cigarettes right at the hospital, and you know, the Flintstones smoked cigarettes. So, you know, once again, times have changed.
If a person smokes like 1 or 2 packs a day or 3 packs a day of cigarettes, it would not harm their body, because the period of time of, like when they sleep for 5 hours or 6 hours or 3 hours or whatever. It's about breathing and living life. There's guidelines in reference to products. That's like if you put a little salt on your food, that's not going to hurt you. But if you use like 10 or 25 tablespoons of salt on your food every day, that's probably going to kill you. You know, it's just something, there's a limit.
Right.
And there's a minimum.
Everything within limits. I agree. So if you're going to smoke, just try not to do 5 packs a day. If you're gonna eat, you know, watch your salt intake. I think that's what Tony's saying. I agree with him.
And a maximum on a lot of things. That the research and development of companies have already done this research.
You know, people don't realize it, but Tony is a smart guy. So we should learn a little bit from him. It's like watching PBS. Am I right? You guys know I'm right.
In reference to satellite controllers or dirty government people trying to murder off Americans, there are guidelines of what have been tested, not guidelines for the government to attack people. Like even if a person smoked 5 packs of cigarettes a day, you don't have a right attacking them with government weaponry or medical weaponry at all. You don't have any right.
Perfectly legal to smoke 5 packs, just not, you know, it's your house, that's your privilege. And no government should be getting involved with that. I agree. The viewers agree.
But even if somebody drank a certain amount of beverages and then they hopped in their car,
right?
You know, there's a period of time where that's been analyzed, whether a person is able to control their driving or
beer math. Am I right? We won't go into that, but that's beer math. You got to calculate. It's very sophisticated calculations.
Control their things, but you know, do not drink and drive. It's best that you don't. So this is just a point of people. But like, for instance, if somebody was in a bar and say, for instance, they were drinking and, you know, and they're coherent, meaning like they're conscious about what they're doing.
Right.
And if somebody picked a fight with them and endangering their life, then that person has legal right to leave that bar, even though they have been drinking.
True.
And the satellite controller is not allowed to crash them. Satellite controller is not allowed to knock them out when they're driving. A satellite controller is not allowed to abuse them if they left a bar because somebody picked a fight with them, or somebody was trying to threaten their bodily harm, trying to threaten them with bodily harm. That person, even though they had drank, would have legal right to leave that bar.
Right.
And they would have legal right to get in their car. And they would have legal right to drive. If somebody had picked a fight with them, and where somebody was carrying a knife or a gun,
right,
or somebody had threatened them physically, there is legal right for a person that had been drinking to get in a vehicle and drive. But suggesting the point, it's
right.
not a good idea.
That's right. Satellite controllers are responsible for most drunk driving accidents. I agree with that 100%.
And get in a fight anyways. It's not suggested that people do these extreme situations. You know, it's not appropriate for basic living of life. So, you know,
right.
There is guidelines that protect the people of this country, and there is guidelines that are important for people's rights. And that's one of the things that makes this country a good country, as opposed to many other things that are very important in reference to safety and protection from people trying to instigate problems, people abusing people, people trying to interrupt other people's rights of living, whether you're rich or poor. People have rights. And obviously attorneys have not been attentive to the situation of the types of abuses and how to combat,
right,
or combating the activities of dirty government and these tricksters that are in government.
That's right. They play dirty tricks, the government. We got to control it.
There needs to be more law cases against the abuses of government. These people are sitting in government using satellites like it's a game. Like they're just trying to mess up other people's lives just to get their shits and
they are going to lose, brother.
Giggles going on. You know what I mean? Like they're harassing people for their shits and giggles. And that's bullshit. That's not fair. In reference to the Mormons, they don't have a right attacking nobody.
That's right.
Because they drink or smoke cigarettes, or because they watch porn, or because they watch rated R movies or anything. Maybe you don't watch it in your house, and that's okay. Nobody's forcing you to watch it in your house.
Right.
But you don't have a right disrupting anybody else's rights.
I agree with Tony.
Rights. If they wanted to watch that, or if they wanted to look at something on the internet. You have to understand guidelines of property rights, privacy rights, and public rights. There are things that are very important in reference to what made this country a great country. And the conformist or the socialism or the communism that these people are trying to provoke, or they're trying to put on the people, is bullshit.
Right.
And people's rights are very important. People have rights to live, whether you're rich or poor. You don't have a right messing up rich people's looks to steal their money, government man. You don't have any right trying to shorten their lifespan with your satellites or your microwaves.
Right.
You don't have a legal right. It's not fair. Nobody's doing that to you. You're doing that to other people.
I agree with Tony.
And that's not legal in this country. And somebody might say something about immigration. Yeah, immigration has to be looked at.
Right.
And it has to be understood. Politicians don't have a right immigrating people into this country. Do you understand that?
I understand. They should stay in their lane, do their job. There's no policy. You know, they should work on real policies, not immigration. I agree. And the chat agrees.
Politicians have to follow the guidelines. Like, just because somebody's a politician and they get into government doesn't mean they can immigrate hundreds of thousands or millions of people of their race.
Right.
Because then that person wasn't supposed to be in government.
Right.
There's guidelines in reference to politics. There's guidelines in reference to immigration. There's guidelines in reference to the people of this country having rights. And if government people brought people into this country that was terrorizing the people of this country, or them trying to steal from me, or them trying to steal from other people, that's not fair. That's not legal. And it has to be monitored who comes into this country. And we know they probably offer a lot of money at the borders or at the immigration office. But there's guidelines in reference to who they...
That's the problem, is they take their payoff, and then they want their cash money in the form of a bribe, and then that's all they want. And then you get them to do anything you want, So I digress.
Allow into this country, and how many people they allow into this country, and what kind of people they allow into this country. Lots of guidelines of intellect, education, people understanding the laws of this country. They have to understand the laws of this country before they could ever even apply for immigration visas or passports or green cards or whatever. There's guidelines in reference to laws.
Right.
That immigration has to follow, reference to education. They're not allowed just to be tearing up this.
And what Tony says is true, so we should listen to Tony Chase here.
This country with the people that messed up in their own country, and then they just send them to America to cause problems.
Right.
That's not legal. And politicians that allowed people into this country for their agenda of stealing corporations or residential properties or businesses, or to try to murder off rich and famous people, that's illegal.
Yeah, true, sure.
They do not have a legal right doing that.
Nope.
There's guidelines of law. And, people that are uncivilized in understanding the laws, it's not fair.
It's not fair. It's not right. It's not just.
And there has to be guidelines and monitoring, what has been going on in this country with the illegal surveillance. The identity theft is one of the biggest crimes in this country.
It is a surveillance state with all the cameras. Everywhere you look, there's a camera. Everyone has to have a damn Ring doorbell, et cetera, et cetera.
And them tampering with people's bodies and faces and teeth and mutilating, causing people injuries and handicapping their faces and their speech. That's illegal. You don't have a right doing that. You damaging people's faces and teeth, trying to make them look like trash as your way of trying to discount their lives, trying to discount their rights of freedom and privacy. You're violating the laws of America.
That's right.
And that's one of the things that's...
Tony speaks the truth. So it's really no debating it. It's the truth.
Very important to this country.
Right.
It's a multi-ethnical country.
Right.
But there is guidelines of people that have been here, and families and races and ethnicities that have been here, and religions, that you don't have a right dominating other people's lives or messing up people's lives. These families have been here before your German political party or before other particular ethnicities of people, where they've tried to dominate wealth of other people, or they tried to steal the wealth or property or land of other people or people's identities. You don't have a legal right. And there needs to be a lot of court cases against these people that have been holding me hostage, these people defamating my character, these people slandering my parents, these people blocking me from my money, blocking me from accounts, people blocking me from my trust funds. There needs to be a lot of court cases. And obviously, in reference to financial monies, the Treasury would know that since these people are blocking me from my mother and father's estates,
they should be dealt with aggressively, brother.
The Treasury would know that I would need monies from my mother and father's estates and my trust funds. But I have not received nothing at all from anywhere. Look at the date, the first date that I was supposed to have received my trust funds. I've needed the money every single day since that date.
That should have been released to Tony by now. It's all the lawyers have to make their money, and it's a big scam.
So the courts need to have a court case in reference to why I didn't receive my monies and why these people kidnapped me.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you very much.
From my mother and father's estates, reference to time and date and locations and who the people was that did it.
Right.
Very important, and based on factual evidence, and the timeline of facts has to be on record, and it has to be published in the media
right.
or on a website where people can see it.
All right, that was Tony Chase. And we're probably not going to watch any more videos. Like I said, I got housework to do. The wife's been calling my name. See if I can get this off the screen. So we just wanted to bring you the Tony Chase video. It's been a long time. Like I said, I've had housework to do. The wife's been on my case. And I should spend more time with the family on Sunday. So this was just a short live, brother. And I want to thank everyone for being here. I'm not going to go through all the names because, like I said, I got the wife nagging me. My kid wants me to work on his car. And but at least we came on. We did it. So appreciate everyone that came to this stream, brother. All right, have a good day, everyone. Bye now. OJ is out.